first topic tonight is a topic that I think everybody can relate to. It's on body image. So we're going to start with Sarah Burke. Sarah is award-winning blogger of Fatnflab to Fitnfab journey. And she also runs a hugely successful Slimming World group in the Commons Hotel in Cork. Now, it's very hard to believe, looking at you now, Sarah, that you were once 18 stone 1.
Yeah, starting out.
Could you tell us about that and what made you decide you needed a change in your life?
Well, first of all, I'd always been overweight. My whole life I was always overweight. And then this hen party came up, and it was only me and a cousin of mine that were going from our side of the family. And as with hen parties, there was a dress code. Of course.
But you have no saying.
Yeah, you have no saying because it was a colour scheme, which was perfectly fine. It was a black dress, a yellow dress, and black, yellow, and then wear what you want. That was kind of what it was. So when we got to Malaga Airport, because it was in Malaga, the girls were sitting there. First of all, the yellow dress was a problem because I was a size 24 and trying to get a dress at a size 24. A yellow dress was really hard.
Again, I couldn't imagine you a size 24, Sarah.
I was.
Gorgeous.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
So I ordered it off ASOS, and when it came, I put the dress on, and it was actually a little bit big, right? So I went in to show my nan, who lived with us at the time, and I said, "Nan, what do you think of the dress?" And she was like, laughing. She's like, "Is that for a show?" And I was like, "No, like this is for the hen party, like." And then I went to the salon because the girl on Shannon Street took it in for me, and I put it on, and the clients thought it was a joke. They thought I was there to, So that really killed me. But I had no other dress, had to wear it. Off we went on the hen, got to Malaga. The girls were like, "What dress do you want? What colour should we wear tonight?" And I said, "Can we please wear the yellow? I need to get it done and over with." And at the time, when you're that big, I kept making jokes about myself because you feel people are doing it anyway. Yeah. So I might as well make them myself. And I was like, "Oh, I'm like Big Bird and whatever." Wore the yellow dress, and then that was it from there. I came home from that hen and I was like, "I'm not living a life like this. It has to stop." So I joined up to a gym, and then went to the gym, Evolution, Health and Fitness in Monaghan Road, started there, and it just took off from there, just kept going with it. I started losing weight, and then, as we were saying earlier, it becomes a habit. It becomes a thing that you just get into. The clothes size started to come down, went to a 20, went to an 18, and the original goal at 18 stone 1 was to get to 15 stone.
But did you find you were replacing your food addiction with your weight loss addiction, or with a weight loss addiction? Or am I completely off the mark?
You're not, actually, that you just say it now. It's like, I'm that type of person. I have to be doing something, and I have to keep myself going doing something. So I suppose, before it was food. Like, I ate ferocious food. Like, no one would even understand the food I ate. Like, it was complete. And it's like a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction. You're just consistently wanting food. What did you have tea for your lunch? I had nothing. I'll have to have a dinner when I come home. I'd have had McDonald's and a hot chicken roll in between then, but you wouldn't tell them that, And
did you find you were an emotional eater?
Yeah, and I still am.
Are you?
But now I'm aware of it. Back then I wasn't. Back then I'd be in work because I worked in the bookmakers at the time, and something would annoy me, or a customer would annoy me, or something would happen, and I'd be like, "Oh," and then you'd storm out straight up to Centre in the Grand Parade, whatever they had, and I'd get it, eat it before I got back there, and then go and be like, "I just went for a walk." Do you know, I wouldn't tell anyone I was eating, but I would, and I'm still to this day, but I'm aware of it. Now I could be driving, like I went through McDonald's drive-through 3 times, was it 2 weeks ago, and the girl said, "McDonald's Blackpool, how may I help you?" And I was like, no, I'm fine. And I went around, and then I done it again, and then the third time I was like, "Okay, better order black coffee here now." But I did, but I'm aware of it, and I think that's a huge thing to be aware of what triggers everyone, because we're all different. We all have different triggers, things, everyone's, my thing is if I'm annoyed, straight to food. Stress, straight to food. I'd love to be one of those people who doesn't get stressed out, or who gets stressed out and doesn't eat.
I don't think that type of person exists. Though.
Oh, it does in my family. There's a few of them. Well, my sister is that way. My older sister, she gets stressed out. She couldn't eat. But I'm like my mother, the two of us would, it's the first thing we do. Like, what can we get to eat?
Yeah.
I'm bored, and then if I'm bored, I'll just eat, and then I'll keep eating until I'm...
I do that now, but I just do different food. Now it's just different. Yeah. I don't indulge. I do indulge with the right food.
I think we all have issues in some way, shape or form, regardless of our age or size, which we move on to Pat. Pat, your mum to Heather, supermodel, and very successful blogger, Pat Walker, Style Search Ireland.
That's right.
Now, Pat, I know you don't mind me telling the viewers, you're 62 this year?
Yeah.
This year. You're 62 this year. We're still celebrating hashtag 60th birthday.
Oh, we had a ball for the 60th.
We had a ball.
I'm looking forward to the 70th.
You started modelling, Pat. You're a hugely successful model now, but you waited till you were in your 50s. to start modelling?
I did.
What stopped you?
Do you know what, Shin? It wasn't that I waited. I suppose when I was very young, I was 15 and my mum had died unexpectedly. And a few weeks later, I was stopped in the street by an agency in Dublin to sign up with them. So I knew if I went to home to my dad, as you did back in the 70s, and said, oh, this person wants me to go to Dublin and be a model, like it was unheard of, really. So I had to leave that opportunity go because I had 6 younger siblings to look after. So my life changed overnight, literally, to become a mother to 6 siblings.
That must have been very difficult.
It was a very difficult time. And you know what? It's something, you know, everyone really, Shin, has issues. Everybody has some trauma in their life at some point. Nobody's life is perfect. We tend to make that mistake, particularly young people. But 40 years later, almost to the day, at the age of 55, Emer and Vivian of Lockdown Models in Cork actually asked me to do a charity show. And I said, absolutely not. I wouldn't go on a stage. I didn't have the confidence. I had low self-esteem.
So there was an element of self-doubt even in your 50s.
Absolutely. In my 50s, there was still that low self-esteem. And then they came back a second time and asked me to do it again. And when they mentioned Age Action Ireland, I began to think about it and thought, okay, I'm 55. Age Action is over 55. I need to do this for them. And I did the show. And from then on in, Lockdown signed me, and I was signed by a Dublin agency as well and a Galway agency. And it's taken off. The times are changing. People are looking, you know, at their target market, which is not always an 18-year-old, you know, and there you go. I'm nearly 62.
And I love that about commercial modelling, actually, Pat.
Yes.
You know, you can be any shape, size, age.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, so it's fantastic.
It makes a huge difference. And you know what? I suppose really the PR people and marketing people are beginning to look like local stores, boutiques, high street stores, department stores are looking finally at their target market.
Yes, they're looking for
I
real
have
women.
money to spend.
Yes.
And don't show me Mother of the Bride as an 18-year-old, show me Mother of the Bride as a 50-year-old.
Of course.
Do you know? So times are changing for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to Tara. Tara, God loves you're 19. 19. I made her a special request that Tara would sit as far away as possible as she could from me. I'm joking, really joking. Now, Tara, you're the current Miss Cork.
Yeah.
You were recently crowned. Congratulations. Huge congratulations. Do you have any issues regarding
Of course,
your
like I actually think it's nearly harder at this age just because we have Instagram and we have all these different
social media pressures.
Yeah, like there's so many now, and it's just like with Facebook, it's captions and it's sharing videos. With Instagram, it's just pictures. So, and then you're following all these famous people who are like these Instagram models, and they're on the beach and they have these little bikinis on and the tiny waists, and you're kind of looking at yourself and you're like,
We're comparing. We're constantly comparing.
All the time, like even with silly things like fake eyelashes. Do you know what I mean? They'd be like, I want the, I know I have
I actually criticised mine.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? You always want what you see, you know? So I'd say even from, as young as 14, 15, I was kind of always conscious. And I was very skinny then, like in school they'd call me chicken legs, so I wouldn't be wearing a skirt. Do you know that kind of
yeah.
But even then I was conscious to stay like a small size or two, just because I was at it even on TV or again with Instagram, anything like that. So you're always comparing yourself to, and it's 24/7 because we're always on our phones now.
Of course.
So I don't know, it's always that stuff. And then you have like, you know, just the people, you never see someone like yourself, really. You always see the better version, and then you always compare yourself to that.
Of course, and you don't see the people that are looking at you and your beauty.
Yeah.
Well, it's always, you want what you don't have, do you know?
Don't we all?
So, yeah, like I want to be brunette, but then everyone's like, Dad's like, I won't be able to call you Blondie. But like, you always want what you don't have.
Yeah.
So I just think.
You do.
Yeah.
And you know what it does too, I think, Shin, is that like, you know, what's gone, when you take notice of other people, I suppose really, you're allowing that outside influence into you, they take your personal power. And this is what leads to low self-esteem,
Yeah.
because you have the power to kind of say, I don't need anyone, I'm going to do what I want to do. You don't need any outside influences coming in. And it takes age, it takes life experience to learn that.
I was just going to say that because I struggle with that now. I get days where I'm like, I don't need anyone's opinion. And then like 2 days a week, I could be like, just not ready for this. This is not for me. And even my job, I'm like, no, this is not, I shouldn't be doing this, and I'm not ready for it. And look at this person, you can always do it.
Said then by the likes of the Kardashians and
Yeah.
such the like. Yeah, I'd much rather my daughter look up to the likes of me.
You?
Yeah.
And me.
You? Come on.
But I'm run on me now. You see, so a bit of an embarrassment for at the moment. But Tara, sorry, getting back to you, how did it feel to win Miss Cork?
Oh, it was nuts. Like, it was, I never expected anything. Because, like, I'd say people think I entered it being confident and sure of myself. And, like, I still don't know what I like. I don't know what's my style. I don't know. I'm unsure about everything, really. So I'm only kind of finding my trend now. And
I'm twice your age and I'm still in that boat.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, and then when I went for Miss Cork, I did it because I wanted to do something different. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't mad about nights out, and I wasn't out every Tuesday and Thursday with college. So I was like, it'd be fun to kind of try something different, meet new people. But then, of course, there was going on stage and all that, which was challenging. Like, the first, like, we had kind of catwalk lessons before it. And I was like, sure, I don't know how to walk. Like, everyone walking since I'm 2. But no. Good for you. I know, but like, then when I got there, literally, because I was so nervous, and I didn't go to the first one because I was late entering. So I went to the second one, and all the girls had done it already. And no joke, I walked like a duck. Like, forgot how to walk completely. And no, literally though, you know, so I wasn't confident at all. And then I was looking at all these other girls, and you know, they kind of the way of it, and so it was a huge confidence booster though, actually winning it, because I was then again comparing myself to all the other girls, like, there's no way, like, I was picking my top 10 who would be in it, like, not
dismissing yourself. Yes,
yeah, so you know, it was fab to win it.
Of course, I was watching the videos online, and I know you come from a huge musical background, but by God, not only can your mother sing, she can also scream, because I dropped my phone with the fright when I heard it. It's a huge achievement. Huge achievement. Well done. Well done.
It was just so unexpected. You know.
You're gorgeous. Now, Pat, where do you get the time to do what you do? I know that you're now the face of Carraig Donn.
Well done. Thank you.
So where do you get the time?
Do you know what, really? Heather now is out of college and done and working and whatever, and she's the only one. But my husband, Reese, my Miss World, my very own Miss World, because I wasn't allowed to mention her name on Facebook. But my husband recently retired as well, and because I'm signed with an agency now in the west of Ireland, I do a lot of travelling up west, and Carraig Donn head offices up west.
That's with Mandy Marr.
With Mandy Marr, yeah. And you know, it's just incredible to get the face of Carraig Donn. And you know, I might be wrong, but I'm sure they're the very probably first Irish company or department store to actually choose someone over 60. But what's lovely is they also have a 20-year-old and they also have a 40-year-old. So they're catering, do you know what I mean?
For everyone.
So it was a thrill. It's very exciting, something you don't expect to happen when you're 61.
Yeah. No, I'm a huge fan of Carraig Donn, actually wearing Carraig Donn.
And you look stunning in it.
Thank
she looks gorgeous. But
it's
great fun.
Yeah, and the fact that your husband is a huge support as well.
He's a fabulous support, and don't get me wrong, he has the Spurs and he has his Munster rugby tickets and whatever. But recently retired, he's able to transport me, because you know, long distances at night, you don't like travelling. I don't like driving at night. And he's a great support, and Heather's a great support, and that's why I'm able to do it. So it's just age. You know, you come to that stage in life where your mortgage is paid, your children are grown up, whatever, and you have that freedom. that you'll all find eventually.
I was just going to say, that was me.
Does the confidence come with age as well, Pat?
Do you know my confidence? I still did not have that confidence in my 50s. I still struggled. And I think it was because the sudden death of my mother had a huge impact on my life as well as my siblings. Mm-hmm. But I did do something about it, Sinead. I went for counselling. I actually ended up at one point, and people won't know this about me, in a psychiatric hospital. And I ended up in the hospital in Dublin, and I received intense counselling. And for the first time in my life, in my 50s, I realised that not everyone has to like me. And I grew up thinking everyone has to like me or love me because I'm a good person and I'm this. And if you weren't loved or liked by people, there was something wrong with you. You know, and it's a mistake young people make as well.
Yeah. I'm listening to you and I'm like, I feel like,
you know.
I'm like, oh.
We grow up and it's just drilled in. I don't know why, but I had that feeling that everyone had to like me, and that's not true. And I remember a light bulb went off during the counselling session. Sometimes it takes time.
Of course.
But I would recommend anyone out there, young people, go for your counselling. It's fantastic. But I remember the light bulb went off when they said, you have a circle. You start off with a small circle. It's your golden circle. And you invite people to that circle. Mm-hmm. And if you feel people aren't worthy of being in your gold circle, and if they don't want to be there, they're not worthy of the air that you breathe. Because you're a good, decent person. You've done nothing wrong. So you need to, get those people out and just bring in people who have a positive influence on your life. And it changed everything. The confidence came back. Nobody has to like me. I don't care. I haven't killed anyone.
I'd love to be
I get days like that though. I get days like that where I'm like, it doesn't matter if someone likes me and I'm doing what I'm doing for me, not for anybody else. And then I suppose again,
an awful lot now, we're under pressure. An awful lot of people liking us is about the likes on our Facebook page.
And all that,
We can become consumed by that.
And I sign out of things now every so often. This weekend I done it. I had to sign out. I was like, I need to come off because I'm on Snapchat every single. Like my boy is 18 months old and he now knows how to work the phone. And but I didn't know how to work at a phone at 18 months old. I didn't know what Snapchat was. I didn't know. He's doing things now. We were in Kinsale yesterday, and I was like, I'll take a picture. And then I just stopped and I said, no, we'll just enjoy the moment because, it does consume me. And again, that goes back to you like, if I get this up and show people what I'm doing, but that's because that's what you're watching. You're watching people post on Instagram, like you were saying a while ago, you're watching the perfect life. And that's something
you don't see the 20 million filters.
It's something I struggle with. Like my relationship.
Sometimes you take the photo or
my relationship was completely ruined from social media. We're back together now, so it's okay. Recently. And again, that went back to me blaming him but I was consumed with what I was doing and I never took a step back to care for the relationship or my family or the fact that I had a baby. It was just like Facebook, blog and this and you just need to take time back. But again, that's because I wanted people to see that I was Superwoman, that I could do it all. But you can't. You can't do it all. You do need to take time out. You do need to sign out and realise that they don't matter. And it's exactly what you said. It's whoever's in your circle matters.
You will not see, and young people need to learn this, you will not see the negative side of life on Facebook.
Everybody paints the perfect picture.
The bad.
I have started to show it a little bit because I think you need to. You do need to show it.
Some share, but don't share your life. Don't share your life. Keep something private. Keep something sacred.
To yourself.
Like you rarely ever see pictures of my kids unless I'm out in an event with my daughter.
I made that mistake.
You won't see my boys. My eldest was threatened to report me to Facebook if I put a picture up of him. I remember the last time I was able to get a photograph of him actually on Facebook was I was able to threaten him and say, well, you're not going to the disco. If you don't stand and pose. Now I got a big grunty face, and he stood and I posted the picture. But it's not what life's about.
No,
it's not.
No, and I made that mistake with Luke, I think, when he was born, because I didn't put a picture up. I did, but now I feel like that it's a case of he has a baby minder And the baby minders come back and I was down in Duns and they're all stopping me talking to the child. And I know now it sounds a bit...
No, it doesn't.
But it happens. And even we were in town last week and it was one of those days where the tracksuit was put on and the hair, like the hair was thrown out, like the bit of hair I have was thrown out. As you do. And I'm walking down, but again, that goes back to confidence. I didn't care. I was like, this is how I'm dressed today and this is me and this is how I am. I'm a mom, I'm busy, I'm up the walls, work tired. I just need to get to the bank. Walking through town, walking down Hattock Street, and like he wasn't dressed any better than I was, and like we were in the buggy, and I was like, please don't meet anyone. And then I met a girl that was following us, and she said, oh hi Luke, and I was kind of going like, it takes you back, but again they're just being nice and they follow you and they support you and stuff, so it does take you back a little. You know, that's one thing I probably wouldn't have done if I go back in my time, was sharing so much of Luke, because now he's out there and he did get I got criticised for it.
He'll keep changing.
He'll keep changing, and it's good to watch back. It's good to look back and see him, you know, like for him to look back and say, God, I can, you know, my first walk, my first step, that's all there on Instagram. As bad as it can be, it's there for him to go back and look on his own hashtag to say, oh look, there's me, you know, there's my life. My mother has one picture of me, like I was like, where's the rest of the pictures of me? You know, they burned in a fire. I was like, which fire? Like there was none.
Well, believe it or not, my daughter was actually in hospital there a few months back, just for a few tests, and again, now my hair, I was like a greasy monkey. We were there for a couple of days. I didn't care once the child was looked after. And a woman came in with her daughter. She was being admitted. The child was being admitted. And she said, oh, Shin Hayes. And I thought, oh, geez. How's it going? I said, God, I didn't think you'd recognise me at all. Like, no makeup on, my hair is just thrown back. She said, no, I didn't actually. I recognised your daughter. I nearly died. I nearly died. Now, there's very few pictures of her up, but I nearly died, and I just thought, you know what, enough is enough.
I've started to hold, like, people have said, they're like, oh, how's Luke? I put him up every now and again, but I just keep it back. I just think, I don't know, you need to keep some of your life private. And he does things that are hilarious, and I'm like, oh, I have to share that. Like, it's funny, like, he's dancing out and doing things that are just comical, and I'm like, oh, we share that, we'll share that.
And you know, there's a sense of pride as well as your child, and you can appreciate that, where you share moments. You do, you do. We all think the best of our own kids. But like, you can keep a certain amount.
There is a huge downside though to social media, because like we were in Luigi Malone's a few weeks back, health and fitness, and I'm inside in Luigi Malone's eating chicken wings like this, and the couple next to us are talking to us, and like, obviously I'm out there as I've lost all the weight and I'm, you know, health and fitness, but you do need to take a step back every now and again. And the girl says, are you who I think you are? And I was like, thinking that was her aunt or her cousin or something. And she's like, you're the girl with the weight loss page. And I'm like, chicken wing sauce all down my face. I was like, yeah, that's me.
Well, I remember before I met you, I saw you come out of McDonald's one day.
Oh, God.
Well, if she can clean her phone, God love us, but you look amazing.
That's a great that you can have a treat.
You can do all that. That's the thing. You can do weight loss.
Unfortunately, we're coming to the end.
I'm so sad. I went way too quick.
I know. We'll be on every Monday night. We've plenty to talk about. Tara, before you leave us, you've Miss Ireland coming up.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
It is. And nerve-wracking. It's in September in the Crown Plaza in Dublin, I think.
Lovely.
Nothing's confirmed yet, but that's where it was last year. So, yeah. The semi-finals are in June, but because I'm Miss Cork, I'm going straight into Miss Ireland, where there's heats now for, when the girls came second, and there's a third place. So they're going to go through the heats, like the semi-finals. Okay. So I could have a Miss Cork City with me in Miss Ireland as well, which would be really
that's okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have like a friendly face up there.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck with that and continued success. I'm sure you'll be back with us over the coming weeks. Yeah. Just to let us know how you're getting on in your journey. Sarah, you'll be back with us again.
I'll be back again.
You'll be back with us. We won't be here next week. It'll be the week after. Yes, we're exempt from bank holidays, girls. And Pat, thank you so much.
An absolute pleasure, Sinead.
Thank you. We'll see you soon. And again, before I go, I have to wish my number one supporter a happy birthday. That's my dad. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We'll see you here again, as I say, Monday week. In the meantime, a shameless promotion. On Saturday, April 7th, Lockdown PR are hosting the launch of the Spring Summer 18 at Douglas Village. It'll be presented by Brendan Courtney. I love him. And both Brendan and I will MC fashion shows back to back. So we hope to see you there. That's the 7th of April from about 12:30. Now, thank you to my panellists, Pat, Sarah and Tara. And for myself, Shin Hayes. Good night.